The warm sun kissed my skin as I stepped off the private jet onto the soft white sand of the tropical island. The ocean stretched out in front of us, crystal clear and shimmering under the bright blue sky. This was paradise, pure and simple. After everything Jake and I had been through, this felt like the reward we deserved. My parents were right behind me, looking around with wide eyes and smiles that hadn't left their faces since we landed.
This place is amazing. Steven, you really outdone yourself this time.
I grinned, feeling a surge of pride. Nothing but the best for you two. We're going to enjoy every second of this. We made our way to the resort where everything was perfect. The staff, the accommodations, the views. Our villa was right on the beach, with the ocean practically at our doorstep. We spent the morning lounging by the pool, sipping on fresh coconut water, and just soaking in the peace and quiet. It felt surreal, like a dream I never wanted to wake up from. After a swim in the ocean, we sat down for lunch at a beachside cafe. The food was incredible, full of flavors I hadn't tasted in what felt like forever. As we ate, we talked about future plans, more vacations, and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. Did you hear about Elon Musk's latest project with SpaceX? I asked, trying to keep the conversation light.
Elon Musk? You mean Bill Gates, right? He's the CEO of SpaceX.
I chuckled, thinking he was joking. No, Dad, Elon Musk runs SpaceX. Bill Gates is the Microsoft guy. My mom nodded in agreement with my dad.
Steven, I'm pretty sure Bill Gates took over SpaceX a few years ago. Musk has been with Microsoft for ages now.
For a moment, I just stared at them, waiting for them to laugh or give some hint that they were messing with me. But they didn't. They were dead serious. Okay, I said slowly, not wanting to argue. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. We moved on from the conversation, but the odd exchange stuck with me. It didn't make any sense. How could they both be so sure of something so obviously wrong? I shook it off, convincing myself that maybe I was the one who was mixed up. The past few weeks had been a whirlwind, after all. Later, as we strolled through the island's lush jungle, the odd feeling crept back. We passed a couple of tourists chatting about their favorite sports team.
What a season he's having, one of them said.
Best in the league for sure.
I tried to ignore it, but it gnawed at me. Who was this guy? I knew sports well enough, and I'd never heard of him. But it was easier to push it aside and enjoy the day. By the time dinner rolled around, a few more strange things had caught my attention. At a nearby table, a group was talking about a new blockbuster movie starring an actor I didn't recognize, but everyone else seemed to know exactly who he was. I laughed it off again, focusing on the delicious meal in front of me, but the doubts were starting to pile up. As the day came to a close, we found ourselves back at the villa, watching the sunset from the deck. The sky was a brilliant mix of orange and pink, the kind of scene that should have made me feel completely at ease. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, like there was a glitch in this perfect world I was living in. I decided to take a walk along the beach, hoping the sound of the waves would calm my mind. The stars were starting to come out, twinkling in the darkening sky. I found a hammock strung between two palm trees and lay down, staring up at the stars. This is all real, I told myself. It has to be, but as I drifted off to sleep, that tiny seed of doubt kept growing. Something wasn't right. But for now, I let the sound of the ocean lull me into a restless sleep,